Alright, good morning guys, and it is an early one. We are getting another 4 a.m. start here in Cusco, because today we are heading to Machu Picchu. Now, there's a lot of different ways to get there, and we did our research and we just picked the best one for us, I guess you could say. So, right now our driver should be coming to get us, and he's going to take us to the train station. So when we get to the train station, hopefully the lighting will be a little better, and I'll fill you guys in on all the different options, how much some of this cost, and how we're getting there today. We are so excited for this though. This is one of the bucket list items we've been looking forward to for a long time. Alright guys, we made it to Uluwatu, and now we're about to hop on the train. We'll take our 1 hour ride. And I'll tell you about that in a second. Let's get on here. Alright, so we are on our way now. We're on board the train, and they got some music playing, and it's pretty loud in here. I wanted to go over all the, how much it cost and what the different options were. But I was just thinking, once we get to the train, once we get off at the first train station, we have a 7-hour hike into Machu Picchu. So I'll have plenty of time on the trail to tell you guys how much everything costs and the different options you have when it comes to getting here. This is the first train we're going to be taking. This isn't the luxury train, this is just a regular train. And you can see the windows on the ceiling, they're a little smaller than you've seen probably in the Vista trains. But the views are pretty good, as you can see out the windows here. We got great views. Look at those mountain peaks up there. And I think she said we're going to be on here for about an hour, right? And then once we get off of here, there's no food, there's no nothing. We got to get rid of all our garbage here on the train, because once we get into the park, it's just hiking for 7 hours. So we got a few snacks here. We got our M&Ms, we got some waters, we got... Our guide is going to meet us at KM 104, and he's going to have a box lunch for us, so we should have everything we need. And like I said, once we get on the trail, I'll give you guys all the details you need to know about this journey and what we paid for it and what your options are if you want to come do it, and what we thought of a regular train as compared to the Vista train, which we'll be taking on the way back. So enjoy the views. Look at this.
It's such a gorgeous day out today.
Yeah, right now the sun is shining and it's beautiful out there. They say though that this afternoon there could be a chance of some showers run in. And if they don't today, they're gonna get us one of the days, because we're here for 3 days. So eventually we will get wet. Hopefully we make it through the hike today, because today's the only one that's in the afternoon. The rest of our hikes are gonna be in the morning. So in the mornings it seems to be sunnier. It seems like the storms come in the afternoon. So today is the day I think we might get a little wet, but fingers crossed.
But hopefully it stays wet until we get to Machu Picchu, because he said today is the iconic shot when we get there. So,
and I'll explain that to you guys when we get up a little further here. So even on this train you get snacks, and then it comes around again later with free waters, and pretty good deal. Alright, so this is where they let you off, KM 104. It's not actually a train station, it's just the beginning of the Inca Trail where we can start the hike from. Oh, look at that river, look at the bridge over the river. See that? Yes, yes.
Oh, friends.
Samuel, good to see you, buddy.
nice to meet you.
Alyssa, right?
Yes.
Excellent. Nice to meet you. How was the ride?
Good.
Not bad, not bad. There we go, guys. First one's off, first one's onto the trail. Look at that. Oh, look at that view, guys. Look at that view. The adrenaline rush right now is insane. I'm so psyched to be here. Alright, so he said once we cross this bridge, there's a little place up here where there's facilities and we can get organized and get our lunch set up and all that. Alright. We got up at 3 o'clock, got picked up at 4, did the hour-and-a-half train ride to get here. I was exhausted. As soon as I get off that train, the adrenaline just kicked in and I was psyched, we're going. This is it.
To my perception, this is an official good morning. My friend Alyssa, good morning. And official welcome as well in this beautiful hiking tour. We just head into Machu Picchu. I don't know how long have you been waiting for this. It's gonna be
my whole life.
Yeah, long time.
It's gonna be memorable. And why is going to be memorable? Because we are going to ride Machu Picchu like long time ago, like 500 years ago, you know, like ancient people coming all the way along this valley. Supposedly today we are going to be pilgrims.
All right. Alright guys, we're about a half hour into the hike now. It's been up the whole way. It's getting pretty warm. Kind of wishing we wore shorts, but we weren't sure with all these different climate changes we're going through today. But we're sweating a bit, losing some layers, but we're getting up some altitude right now too. So we're feeling good, excited. It's beautiful, sunny blue skies, and the views are just endless to die for. So yeah, let's do it. See the trail we're taking along the side of the mountain here, all the way past those ruins, and way out there somewhere. We are chewing on some cocoa leaves because the altitude's getting us a little bit. Man, it's pretty warm out, but beautiful day. You know, skies, beautiful peaks. Loving it, guys, we're loving it.
I love it. Did you see all the moss?
So a few clouds have rolled in, which makes it feel real nice in the shade now. This part of the rainforest that we're in, a lot more cover overhead, and it's a lot damper. The waterfall with the mist and all, so it's much cooler here, easier to do. Still kicking my butt a little bit with the inclines, but we've been going uphill for 2.5 hours, so what can you expect, right? Especially at this altitude. We're doing real good though, because we're still out ahead of everybody. No one's come by passing us, and he said that what he thought usually takes, he said it usually takes them 4 hours to get to the first stopping point, and we're well on course to make it in about 3, so we're doing real good, but a ways to go. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at this. We are still going, and it is just one beautiful scene after another. It just doesn't end. So this here is a camp, guys. So if you're doing the 4-day hike through, this is where you would stay in one of these tents to get these little bathrooms here. Very basic, but yep, these are the campgrounds if you did the 4-day. Alright, so when we got to that last spot where the campsites were, that's where they usually stop and have their lunch. It's 3.5 hours in now, I guess. And when we got there, he was like, "You guys hungry?" And listen, I usually fast till 2 in the afternoon, so we were like, "Not really." We had an apple, she had a little snack, and I was like, "We can go on." He's like, "All right," because if we can go the rest of the way, he said that the Sun Temple, the Sun Gate, is like an amazing view, and if we could get to there, he said we could stop and have lunch there, even though it's not an official lunch area, you know, as long as we take our garbage out, no big deal. So that's the plan. We're pressing on. We're both doing really well. No altitude sickness, no problem. So now the sun's gone, the terrain's changing. We're doing a lot more down than we were before. The first 3 hours was just all uphill. It was insane. So since we're doing well, we're gonna continue on and have lunch with a view. And when we get there, and I'm not huffing and puffing as bad, I'll tell you guys all about what it costs, what your options are, different ways to come in here, and maybe give you guys some information that can help you plan your trip, because I highly recommend this. I always say this, but like, I don't know, this one's gonna be up there on our list of favorite hikes, I think, strictly because of the views. And our guide's awesome too. I gotta give him credit. He knows everything. He's been finding bugs, he's been finding lizards, and in another life, I guess, he's a bird watcher. So he's been spotting birds left and right. And then he's got an app where he shows us what the bird is and, you know, all that about it. We even found the national bird, cock-a-doodle-walk. So for you guys that are new to the channel, Alyssa and I love hiking. It's just what we do. Wherever we go, even if we're home in the US, different states, we go out, we try to find the trails. We love to hike. We've done Fuji, we've done Mount Sinai, Mount Olympus. Those are on the channel, except for Mount Fuji. That was before we were vloggers, but we are hoping to get back there soon. Because that was a funny story. We got turned away at the very top of Mount Fuji. Alright, you know what? We got a minute. Let me tell you a story. So, we went out and had no gear. We weren't prepared. I mean, we didn't even have a light, nothing. So we got there, and it was the last week of climbing season there. So the mountain was basically shut down. And the day we got there, they said there was a typhoon coming, and everybody at the base was like, "You guys can make it. You got plenty of time. It ain't coming until tomorrow." So we decided, all right, we're gonna do it. We got on the bus, and they take you up about halfway up Mount Fuji, and there's a base camp there. Now our plan was, when we got to the base camp, we'd buy another layer of clothes so we wouldn't freeze, and plenty of drinks, water, supplies, everything. We were dumb when we were beginners. So as soon as we got off the bus pulled away, and we realized it was me, Alyssa, and 2 professional climbers from Germany. All of a sudden, the stores locked down, the vending machines cut off, and we were stranded. So someone had told us that the bathrooms there at the base camp had heated floors and were super clean, and you could just go sit in there. So that's what we did. We went in there, we hung out until about 11. The winds were not too bad, so we figured, all right, let's do it. Plan was to get up to the peak for sunrise. Well, we were doing great. We were going and going and going. Nobody else on the mountain but us. The 2 Germans were professionals, and they disappeared into the night. So about halfway up, we noticed the weather was changing, and oh boy, by the time we got to the top, the typhoon had moved in. The winds got so strong they actually lifted Alyssa off the ground. So we were at the last stage, at the very cone, the top of the mountain there, And when that wind gust lifted her up, we realized it was time to get the hell out of there. So we made it to the peak, but we never got to see the sunrise from up there. And luckily, we made it down before the worst of the typhoon got there. But wow, what an amazing story that was. We had a great time on that trip. Lucky to be alive though. Look at this view, guys. Insane. All right, with the beauty comes some bad news. It's starting to rain a little bit. Not that that's gonna stop us or bother us. We do have a poncho in case it starts to come down a little harder. We got our raincoats too if we need them. And to be honest with you, I couldn't even care if we got wet right now, because he just informed us that we are right now 1 hour from Machu Picchu. And yeah, that's gonna put a little pep in our step now. That got us pretty excited. And he said that Sun Gate where we're going is where we're gonna have lunch with the view of Machu Picchu. So yeah, we're pretty jacked up right now. We've been up a long time and hiking a long ways, but woo, we're excited. That's not the only good news. We got some good news this morning too before we left. We found out that everything's been finalized. We are officially in the Sri Lanka Tuk Tuk tournament. We are one of the 100 teams, and this November we are going to be in Sri Lanka participating in that for 2 weeks. Oh, we saw them do it last year when we were in Sri Lanka. They were just getting ready to start the tournament right before we left, and we wanted to get in it then, but they have limited space and they would sell out like a year in advance. So while we were there, we just went ahead and signed up for this year with the hopes that we would make it. And sure enough, everything went through. We got the deposit in. We made it into the list before the 100 closed out. They do have room for a couple more teams. I think 2 more teams, but they have to be 3-people teams. But as far as 2-people teams, we were the last ones in. So it's official, guys. Make sure you hit that notification bell, because you're not going to want to miss that one coming up. Not for a few months, but we're excited that we're in it now. Alright guys, so this is the Gringo Killer. After 4 days of hiking, no one expects this at the end, he says, and it's a bitch. But at the top there's a reward. We'll show you in a minute. Alright, so listen. The rain's just drizzling on us, the sun's peeking out, and we're just minutes away from getting there. And it just dawned on us, we were talking to the guide, and this is 6 of the 7 wonders of the world we've been to now. There's 1 more to go. So, right now we're on cloud 9, and I can't wait to turn this corner up here.
Excellent.
Alright guys.
Gates. Well done, my friend. We made it across this gate. This is an official welcome to the lost city of the Inca.
Oh my god. Alright guys, we made it up here. Amazing. I had to turn the camera off for a minute. It was just speechless. I didn't even know what to say. Look at this. We got a beautiful day. I mean, there's a little drizzle happening, but the sun is out. And look at Machu Picchu. So what do you think?
I almost cried a little bit.
A little bit.
Only
Yeah,
because
that
I
was
was telling
pretty
the guide
emotional.
that tomorrow's my birthday. So as we were hiking up here and it started raining, I started to make a birthday wish that it would be visible, because I've seen so many things where people have hiked up here and you can't see it. So I feel like this is a
Now
birthday
we're
wish
both-
come
we're
true.
both
Yeah, I'm
pretty
about to
choked up.
cry.
Yeah, it was a pretty emotional hike. Alright guys, that was simply incredible. We got here, the sun came out, we had lunch up there with this beautiful view of Machu Picchu over here, and then right as we finished getting our pictures, the clouds came in and it started to rain. But that's all good. I don't even mind walking back. Let me summarize this for you guys. The 8-mile hike in was great. We really had a good time, but I don't know. Somehow, Alyssa and I both got very emotional right as we got here. I don't know if it was like we hadn't been here. We've been looking forward to this for so long, and then when her birthday and the sun coming out, I mean, it was just an amazing experience. We were just speechless and choked up, and it was great. Loved it. Let me get over here so I don't fall. So let's get down to business, guys. On the way down this hill, I'm gonna try not to fall, but I'd like to tell you guys about how we got here. So if you're coming to Machu Picchu, there are several ways to get here, several different options once you choose which way you want to get here. So let me explain. Most likely you're gonna be coming from Cusco, and actually, let me add this in now. Cusco is in the process of building an international airport, so soon you'll be able to fly right into Cusco. Right now though, you got to go to Lima. So you fly into Lima, catch yourself a local flight, a bus, a train, whatever you want to do over to Cusco, and that's where you'll start your trip from. And then from there you got two choices basically. You could do hiking, which is what is the traditional. Even when you get there, there's a plaque for the people who hiked in over there. Or you could take a train. Now with each of those options, you have more options. So if you're gonna take the train in, you could take the train, a regular train, which is what we took this morning. And it has good views. It's got windows on the ceiling and high windows on the sides, and it's got pretty good views. Lots of snacks. And that wasn't bad. Or you could take a Vista train, the ones with the really scenic views, and they serve champagne, and those are more fancy. So you got that option, and those take you into Aguas Calientes, and then from there you go over to Machu Picchu. Yeah. Now, if you want to hike in, you got two choices. You could do the 4 or 5 day hikes, and those are for the true serious hikers, I guess. And we really originally wanted to do that one, but she also wanted to do the luxury train for her birthday and all that, so we figured we were going to do what they call the next option, is a 2 day hike. And on the 2 day hike, what happens is you get up early in the morning, like we did this morning, and you catch the train up to kilometer 104 along the tracks, which is where the Inca Trail head starts there. So we took the train up to there, hopped off there, and did the 8-mile hike in. Now, as you can see, where we got to is a viewpoint overlooking Machu Picchu. And that was just our whole plan for today. Just was to do the 8-mile hike. We did it in 4.5 hours, which is pretty impressive. And then we got to see the viewpoint. We had our lunch. Now we're gonna go back to Aguas Calientes and probably hit the hot springs tonight and grab some dinner. And then early tomorrow morning, we get to go down into Machu Picchu itself and spend the day there. Now on the 2 day excursions, you have options again. We took the regular train in this morning because we didn't want to pay for a luxury train if we were going to be hopping off halfway. So on the way back, however, we're going to take the luxury train for her birthday and celebrate. So we'll show you guys that on the way home. But we also asked them when we booked the tour if we could add an extra day in Aguas Calientes, because we heard the town was charming and had some other hikes we want to do. As a matter of fact, if you look at the pictures of Machu Picchu, the big giant mountain behind it, that's the one we're going to hike the day after. So today was the hike in, tomorrow we'll do Machu Picchu, and then the next morning we'll do that big mountain behind Machu Picchu for another view. And let's see, what else can I tell you? All right, now the cost. There may be more budget ways to go, but we went with Guru Travels because we wanted a few extra things. When we get back, we wanted private transport back to the airport because we got a late flight and we wanted to make sure we didn't miss it with our train coming in. It was a close call. We also wanted the extra night in Aguas Calientes. We wanted the luxury train, but we only wanted it one way. So they were really good about customizing the tour for us. And it was a bit steep though. Maybe that's why we got all worked up when we got here and emotional. This cost us $1,100 for the 3 days. Like I said though, we got all the extras, bells and whistles we wanted added on. We got a private guide. It's just us and our guide doing the hikes, and he's taking us in tomorrow. And that was really nice because this way we were able to go at our own pace. As you can see, we blew by pretty much everybody, and then we had lunch way at the end since we went so fast. It was just a really good experience going with these guys. We did have a few problems with them over the last day or two getting our last minute detail straight, but I gotta be honest with you, every time we called them with an issue, they were quick to respond and quick to fix everything up for us. So really good thumbs up for Guru Expeditions. Highly recommend them. Our tour guy here, Sam, has been fantastic, so nothing bad to say about him. And overall, guys, do it, man. Get up and just do it. This was amazing. So I'm gonna finish this hike down this hill right now. Oh, one other thing I should mention: if you're gonna do it, reserve it in advance, because we came in the shoulder season. The rainy season's just ending, so we got it at less crowds and probably less expensive. If you come in the high season though, it's going to be sell out way in advance. We did it 3-4 weeks in advance at least, and still it was close on us in the shoulder season. So if it was peak season, we'd never gotten in trying to reserve it 3 weeks out. So apparently they only let 200 people a day on the Inca Trail, and they're very strict. They were taking attendance at the beginning there. And then Machu Picchu itself only allows 4,000 people a day. So like I said, if you're gonna come, make sure you make your plans and reservations in advance, because you won't be doing it spur of the moment. But yeah, I'm gonna head down this hill now, catch my breath, catch up with these guys, and we'll see you guys at the bottom.
Today, 5 April, here we are arriving to Machu Picchu.
Well, all right, guys, this is it. This is the last stop for the day. We're gonna go back to our hotel after this, and we're gonna grab a shower, probably grab something to eat, and I don't know what else we're gonna do. We're pretty exhausted at this point, but tomorrow we're gonna take you guys in there with us. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because you don't want to miss this. This is gonna be an adventure tomorrow. If you stuck around to the end, thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. Give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you soon from Machu Picchu.